Well, moving on, in a much-needed win for Joe Biden, Democrats have agreed to 11th-hour changes to their economic legislation. And with this, a major economic package addressing healthcare, climate change and taxes appears closer to becoming law. Senator Kyrsten Sinema has agreed to support the legislation. The Arizona Democrat says she agreed to the legislation after several changes were made to tax provisions. With Sinema's support, Democrats should have the 50 votes they need to pass the bill and avoid a possible filibuster. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is all set to reconvene the Senate on Saturday for the first procedural vote, right before the chamber heads for recess. Republicans will likely oppose the bill. They argue the plan could hurt the economy and cost far more than Democrats say it does. Meanwhile, President Biden has welcomed the development. He calls it a big step towards bringing down inflation.
The Inflation Reduction Act will mean we're making the largest investment ever in clean energy and American energy security, largest in our history. And will be the largest investment in American manufacturing as well. The vast majority of people in America support what's in the Inflation Reduction Act. So my message to Congress is this: listen to the American people. This is the strongest bill you can pass to lower inflation, continue to cut the deficit, reduce healthcare costs, tackle the climate crisis, and promote America's energy security.
Well, Susan Tarani is still with us live from New York. Susan, how important was it for the Democrats to win Sinema's support, and how are they saying that this bill will help the economy?
Politically, it was important for them to win Sinema's support. The bill hasn't gone to the floor for a vote, but they are expected to use this measure called reconciliation, which really bypasses a filibuster from the Republicans, and the party in charge can use once a year, so they're going with that. On the one hand, they say that, of course, this is going to help the American people. On the other hand, there's arguments against that, saying that, more money being stimulated into the economy at a time when the country is facing a possible recession is a bad idea. But one of the issues that, many take with this is that, yes, Kyrsten Sinema did come on board, and it was the same thing. It's not just a Democrat issue. It's the same thing with Republicans. These congressmen and women, and senators, they get promised things for their own states, for their own donors, and then ultimately accept a bill for the entire country. And then, it has a domino effect. So, yes, the bill isn't a $1 trillion bill stimulated into the economy. It is down to billions. But the Democrats are saying that ultimately it will bring down inflation. Again, looking at that in the larger picture, when President Biden came into office, inflation was a little over 1%. Now it's at 9%. So bringing down inflation, is very relative. But it's a win politically for the Democrats. They changed the name from Build Back Better, and they're going to move forward with this as a victory. Whether or not it'll really help the American people, we'll have to wait and see.